Hi everyone! If you've been here for a while, you know that I love Bob's Burgers. I've dressed as Louise, Jean, Tina, or Dino, and I've even dressed as Linda. The only Belcher that I haven't dressed as is our main character, Bob, but that's gonna change today, or in a few days, I don't know, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this outfit in a day. I'm gonna choose to dress as one of his most iconic outfits, and that's Bobcephala. So let's get into this design and let me show you what I have planned. My plans for this look are to change his outfit. Bob has, you can see my little action figure here, has a sweatshirt, some purple pants, and his horse head. So I'm going to change it up a little bit because I want to wear things that I'm definitely going to reuse other than just for a costume. And right over here you could see my little design. I know, I'm an amazing artist. What I'm going to do is make some shorts and a top here. And the shorts I've already made actually because I figure you guys don't need to see it again, but I made Simplicity's 8243 for my shorts, and I'll show you that at the end. For the bodice, I'm going to use McCall's 8332, and this pattern has a beautiful backless detail, which if you look very closely over here, I am going to hopefully put Bob's tattoo. So the fabric I'm going to be using is this poly satin, and I found this big roll of 18 yards. 18 yards of this fabric. I got it for $10 at Remainders. $10! I don't really know what I'm going to do for the headpiece, and we're just gonna figure that out at another day because like I mentioned, I don't think I'm gonna figure that out today. So let's just get started on this top because I did make the shorts. I don't think you guys want to see me make those again. I think, so I made those and hopefully they fit because I was struggling with them. I'll get started on the top and let's see how far we go today. So I have my instructions here and I've already cut up these pieces for the bodice. And I forgot that these instructions are super big. This is the first time I'm making this pattern, so I hope that I do a good job, but look at how big this pattern is. They're so big, but it's okay. I almost can't see anyway, so it makes it so much easier for my eyes. Let's see how it goes and let's see how far I get because I always say that things are going to be super easy and they are not, so let's go. I have my little helper here holding my cone and my fabric, so let's do a little time lapse. I had cut my pieces out a little bit ago and this always saves me a lot of time, just cutting everything at once and pinning it so that one day is just dedicated to sewing. I also put on some Bob's Burgers in the background because, hello, it's Bob's Burgers. I have to watch it. So this part of the pattern has me make a dart, but then cut the dart open. I've never done that before and it was kind of weird, or at least for me, because why would I create a dart and then cut it open? I'm sure it's for it to lay flat, but you know, it's something new. I'd never done it before. Once my darts were made, I was able to pin the back sides to the front at the shoulder. And I'm doing the same thing with my lining. At this point, the episode of Bob's was ending, so, you know, we gotta sing a little. I got to sew those pieces together. Once I sewed those up together, I was able to put the lining on top of the other piece and match all of the seams and get that ready to sew. And of course, I got the help of my lovely and sweet assistant Nebula. Alright, so I just finished sewing this piece up, and it's just needing all sorts of stuff because, hello, it's sewing. It's never just easy. Just need to trim them and flip it inside out and press it. So hopefully it turns out okay. Alright, so I have this sewn up and trimmed and ironed as much as I can, so I am going to flip it inside out. Alright, so it's flipped inside out. Now I have to iron it again because this looks terrible. Alright, so this is what it's looking like right now. I mean, it looks fine. I feel like the boobies are a little pointy, but that's probably because I don't have a pressing ham. That's fine. It's never bothered me before. Next thing I'm assuming, I hope, is to sew the back sides because as you can tell, it's going to be a very exposed back. And I absolutely love backless items, so that's going to be nice. These two are definitely not the same size, but I really don't mind. This is a really nice mock-up, and I have quite a bit of fabric that I can practice on. Next thing is hopefully sew this up and then do the waistband, and maybe I'll be done with the top today. And like I said, since I've already made the shorts, they're right over here, I don't have to make these. So if I make the top today, then that means maybe then tomorrow I'll just work on the head. So let's keep working on it. Okay, so I was working on basting this top because you have to baste the bottom before you start working on the waistband. Let me just show you how ugly this is looking on the inside. What is that? Ew. Like, this one in particular is the ugliest side, but come on. The good thing is that I have all of that fabric that I can practice with, or if I want to make another one. I just pinned the waistband to my bodice, and it's saying that I need to face, like, I think it means interface the waistband. Yeah. I didn't cut any extra interfacing. I thought I had cut everything, and honestly, I'm not gonna cut it. I'm just not gonna do it. So I am going to hopefully turn this section just like a 1/4 inch and then sew it up, flip it inside out, and I'll meet you in a sec. Alright, so you saw that I sewed this up, and now I'm going to fold it over and try to stitch in the ditch. You know, that's what I'm trying to learn. And this is how small the hem is going to be up here. Once I do this, I think this will be it for the top. Nope. I need to make the neck fastening. And that's usually with the bow, is what it says here. Are you tired? Are you tired, little bubs? Okay, so I did read it, and it does look like the bow has some of the hooks and eyes that we have to add to make the fastening, but I don't think I'm going to be working on the bow today. I kind of want to go have dinner or a little run. I know, I'm weird that way. But I'm liking how it's turning out, so I will do this, and then I'll probably see you all tomorrow if I don't keep working on it. Alright, well, I'll fade to black. So I got to sewing this with the help of my supervisor. He motivated me to look at the instructions one more time for how to make the bow, and well, I didn't end up resting.
Alright, I'm gonna work on the bow, because it doesn't seem like it's gonna be that difficult.
I didn't think that the bow was going to be that difficult, but oh my god, I think I was just very tired at this point because everything that the instructions were saying didn't make sense. It just didn't make sense to me, and you know, I got a bow eventually, but oh my gosh.
Alright, so I don't know why it made me do this in a different way instead of just making a tube. Like, why would you have me do it the way that it did it? But whatever, it is what it is. So now it's saying that I have to fold and sew here to make it go like this, maybe? Fold bow in half, bringing ends together, okay? Stitch together along the dotted lines. What? This is now sewn, and you just fold it like this, and then that's how you're getting the start of your bow. You see that? How cute. And then I just have to put piece number 11. So let me get that. Where, oh, where did you go? There you are. I have no idea what it's asking me to do. I have no idea what it's asking me to do.
Make point in knot and base in place. Yes? Okay, I can do that.
So like this? I don't know. Whatever. We're gonna figure it out. Alright, so this is what I have, and it's saying to place it here. I think that looks fine, so that's what I'm gonna do. This is what the bow is looking like now that I sewed it up. I didn't sew it by my machine. I decided to hand stitch it, so all that's left is a hook and eye to close the top, and I'm gonna do that off camera. This is where I am for real, for sure, going to stop, and then the next time I pick up my camera, we're gonna work on the Bobcephala hat, which I still don't know how I'm gonna really do it, but we'll figure it out. All right, so I'll see you later.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
All right, so today we're gonna work on Bobcephala's head. But before I do, I wanna show you my shirt. My friend Tracy got this for me. It is a Bob's Burgers shirt. I don't remember what it says on the back. I think it's like, I don't remember it being this crowded burger. She got it at Comic-Con, so thanks Tracy, I love it and I do wear it. And I wanted to keep it on theme and on brand because the other day I wore my Wonder War sweatshirt that I got from Bob's Credit. So if you want a podcast to listen to, definitely check them out. And I'm probably gonna reuse that sweater today because it's colder. So yeah, so back to the hat. I have this pattern, but I just got it the other day. It is Simplicity 2853. I've been looking for costume patterns because I think that they're pretty cool and interesting. See if I, you know, since this channel I do costumes, I figure why not pick some of them up and see what I can make out of them. Because this has a hood, I am going to try to make a hood of my own. So let me flip the camera around and show you what I have planned. So I misspoke. I didn't want to make a hood of my own. I wanted to make the Bobcephala head by using the base of the hood. And you can see here very slightly because I'm not great at capturing things with my camera if I'm doing something else, so I apologize. But you'll see here that I traced the hood and then drew the shape of the Bobcephala horse. And that is going to be my pattern piece. I just had to paste a few things here and there because my paper wasn't long enough.
It sound right, boys.
So now that I have my pattern piece, I'm thinking it should fit. We'll see. Either way, I'm going to get my big roll of fabric and cut it out. I cut out 2 of each pattern piece. That includes 2 of the Bobcephalas, 2 of the hoods, and 2 of the middle piece that goes in the hood. Oh, I don't know about you, but I'm kind of getting excited already just by seeing this like this. I honestly have no idea if this is gonna work because I just don't know. Because this is my channel and we don't know what's gonna happen until it happens. But I am getting excited. So I think I'm going to try to pin it all together and then we'll see it on and we'll go from there. And if it looks good, we'll start sewing. And if it doesn't, we'll probably keep sewing and, you know, it is what it is. Okay. This is what it's looking like pinned. Of course, my hair is in the way. Ah! It looks so cute. This is going to be the base inside because I don't want my head to go all the way into the Bobcephala head. So I need to make this little hood and it'll be like the lining. Hello, cute little curl. So I think this is gonna look super cute. And if I have, you know, the Bobcephala one above it, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do it. I'll have to figure that out once we get there. But so far, I think this looks super cute, so I'm gonna get started on sewing it. Okay, so I pinned the pieces after I sewed it, and let me just show you. Look at this, friends. It is looking really good. I am like squatting here so you can see. I had to do a few modifications on this because I have the sewn on hood underneath right now and I'm just pinning everything to see how it'll look, obviously. I realized that even though I had created this top section just as a half, I still need this divider back here so that it'll fit a little bit better with the hood underneath. But that's fine. I had another piece cut out, so that's gonna be okay. And then pinned together, it kind of looks like Bobcephala in the show because I did my research to see if there was a seam in the middle, and there is. So I hope. Anyway, but this is what it's looking so far. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna use for the mane. I think it's looking pretty good, so I'm gonna take all of these pins out and then start sewing it to hopefully have this at least somewhat ready. But I'm excited. I needed to sew the middle divider section onto the Bobcephala piece, and there is a long piece of that just in the hat, and that's fine because I'm gonna stuff this anyway, so that wasn't a big issue. So the only two parts that I sewed here are Bobcephala pattern connecting to that middle pattern piece. And you don't want to sew all the way down because you still need to add your mane. And that's what I was thinking about here. What am I going to use for that mane? This is a piece that I cut off of my niece's prom dress that she didn't want, and I got to keep the fabric. So I'm thinking this could work as the mane and possibly the tail. I don't think that this frays much, and I don't see myself using this for anything else. I hope I don't regret that later. I just don't really want to use any yarn because I'm trying really hard to not waste yarn, especially if it's gonna be like a nice little purple that I can do something with. But yeah, I think this might work, so let me just chop this up and see if it does. To make the mane, I pinned this piece of fabric onto the top section of where I wanted it to fall and just clipped a few of these sections off and packed them on top of each other. I then sewed that onto one side only just to see how it would look. Okay, so I'm sure that you're noticing this already, but every time that I take some time in a day to work on something, if I have my makeup on, it's gonna be off in the next couple of hours, and I won't touch up because I don't really care. Honestly, I don't even know why I put makeup on today, but anyway, I still look cute. I want to show you this. So I just sewed this up and I think it's looking okay. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out at the very end, but I think it's going to be okay because if we were to flip it, oh yeah, okay. I think it'll look okay. Maybe not as long as I would have wanted it because his goes kind of to the back of his head. If not, I'll probably just sew more pieces on it, and we'll see, but otherwise, I think it's looking pretty cute. Let me just finish sewing this up and let's see what we get. To sew the other piece, I had to push everything back inside and pin the other Bobcephala pattern piece around it and just start sewing. And you can see that extra middle piece is sticking out, and that's perfectly fine. That's what you need. Otherwise, it's going to stick out the right side. So what I did was just sew all around the head and the nose of the Bobcephala piece, and I stopped right at the tip of the head. Okie dokie, so I just trimmed all of this off. I thought I had it recording and I did not. Oopsies. But I don't think you guys needed to see me make all of these little trims on this after I put it inside out. So now the only thing I need to do is to iron this section so that it'll be nice and round, and obviously put this little hood in there. Sorry for the noise, Josh is weird. Thank you for doing the yard work, babe. So the next thing I need to do is to put this hood on the hat. And I'm really not sure how I'm going to do that because it has to be right sides together and then sew it and then flip it inside out. So I have to figure out how I'm going to do all of that with this massive head on it. I kind of think I should have done this first before sewing this, but this is how you learn. So let's give it a try. This was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I only flipped everything right sides together, sewed around, but leaving a good opening in the back so that I can flip everything right side out. Ooh, darn it, I didn't iron any of this. It's all right, I'm gonna stuff it anyway. It's fine. Okay, moment of truth. I needed to trim things. Gosh darn it. I think I'm tired. That's why I'm making all of these errors. Yeah, that's why. Alright, since you don't need to see my head, you need to see the actual piece. Let's bring you down a bit. Oh God. Okay, maybe I should have left you up. Oh wow. Oh, the head is gigantic. Probably could have done with less height. Well, you're not supposed to see a lot of the head anyway, right? Because of the hair. The nose is a lot smaller than I wanted, but I think it'll be fine. I'll probably paste or tack some of these hairs here so that it won't look as like a gigantor head. We'll see. But I'll finish this up and then I think we're almost ready for the reveal. done. I finally got to dress as all of the Belchers. I don't know if you can tell, but I did redo this head because I didn't like how it turned out. It had a really big, tall head, and I didn't like that, so I decided to make a brand new one, just like the next day. For the eyes, I put some felt little eyes here, and I made these little ears that I sewed on the same way as I did the hair. Overall, I think it turned out pretty good. I need to practice making this top a little bit better because it still kind of comes off from here, but I think it looks really good. And I don't know if you saw, but Josh got to give me Bob's infamous tattoo. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like and consider subscribing to see more videos like this one. If you do make this costume, please make sure to share it with me on Instagram. I always love seeing your makes. If you'd like to support me further, I do have a Ko-fi account, and I will link that in the description down below. Thank you all again so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Yay!